You're watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
We have breaking news to bring to you right now. Take a look at this. 2 right lanes remain blocked on the southbound side of the 5 in Leucadia after this crash. You see a lot of bags there of potting mix, looks like soil and other gardening materials. This all happened just after 3:30 this morning. CHP says a semi-truck swerved and hit a guardrail, then it went into a ravine. It is unclear what caused the crash or if anybody was hurt in this.
Now to a weather impact alert here. Rain is falling across San Diego this morning. This is video from North County in places like Carlsbad, Vista, and San Marcos. Glad you're with us on your wet start to your Friday. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Netta Irampour. Let's send it over to meteorologist Evan Narani. You warned us this would be the wet morning, and it's right. Arrived.
Yeah, we got puddles out there on the ground, so watch out as you step outside. And then as you drive on the morning commute, roads are wet as well. We've got more on the way, another 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch expected through the morning commute. We've gotten a little break over the last hour or so, but if we pause this where we are right now, you can see how we are perfectly set up for another little wave of moisture that is coming mainly from the north of us, traveling south. There's that bulk of rain traveling south in our direction. And then you've got all these showers that are stacked right offshore. So if we zoom in a little closer, you can see how the paused frame at where we are as we speak sets us up perfectly for our next round of showers over the course of this hour, our 6 a.m. hour. And we are expected to add on to the current totals by about another 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch. By the afternoon, we should get a little bit of sunshine in the mix, but otherwise staying unsettled out there. Temperatures are in the low 60s. We've got another round of rain on the way by the middle of next week. Coming up, we'll talk more about what to expect into our very busy Super Bowl weekend. So we'll have details on whether or not you're gonna need the jacket or umbrella for the weekend too. Back to you.
Evan, thank you very much. And now a health alert for you this morning. 3 San Diego teenagers have recently died from the flu.
This comes as the flu is hitting a second peak this season across the U.S. CBS 8's Regina Yarita live at County Health and Human Services in Kearney Mesa with a look at these really staggering numbers here, Regina.
That's right. Good morning, Eric and Netta. And according to the county public health officials, as you mentioned, 3 teenagers have died in San Diego County because of the flu. Now, all 3 of them were not vaccinated. That is what the county is telling us. But we're still trying to get confirmation if there was some sort of underlying issue. In San Diego County, nearly 80% of 5 to 17-year-olds have not received this flu season's vaccine. And just last week, health officials reported over 4,000 cases of influenza. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recommends that everyone 6 months and older get a flu shot yearly, since the components of the vaccine change year to year to match the circulating strains. Now, the flu is surging, with at least 41 states reporting high or very high levels of the virus. Emergency room visits for the virus have skyrocketed nearly 30% this week compared to the week before. Nationally, the CDC is reporting 250,000 hospitalizations and more than 11,000 deaths. Take a listen to what officials are pointing out at this time.
Cases are staggering, but they're not unlike numbers we saw pre-pandemic. We got a little bit spoiled after the pandemic because of precautions that people were taking, and what that resulted in is a little bit of an immunity gap, where society as a whole is less immune. We have slightly lower vaccination rates, and so our defenses are slightly down.
And health officials say in addition to trying to get your vaccine, you should also follow some of the recommendations that they suggest, which is washing your hands oftenly, using hand sanitizers, and if you know someone who might be sick, try to stay away from them in the meantime. That's latest here near the County Public Health Building. I'll send it back to you.
Regina, thank you. This morning, we are learning about the deportation of undocumented people from India on a flight out of San Diego. Border Patrol officials shared video of what they say was the farthest deportation flight yet using military transport. The plane took 104 Indian migrants back to their country on Wednesday. We checked the flight path, and it did take off from MCAS Miramar on Monday.
Today, the San Diego Police Department will respond to the Commission on Police Practices vehicle pursuit recommendations. Under the new recommendations, pursuits would be restricted for property offenses, misdemeanors, and traffic violations. Pursuits would be allowed if the driver is posing a threat to public safety. The recommendations also include the formation of a vehicle pursuit review board. Today, a man accused of going on a rampage inside a Santee hair salon will be arraigned. It was postponed yesterday due to medical reasons. This violent outburst was caught on video.
I'm at the Great Clips in Santee. Yeah, he's throwing.
I can throw more and more and more. What's up?
Now, this happened last week. Deputies say 27-year-old August Marriott became irate when he visited this Great Clips at Mission Gorge Road, and an employee pointed out he was late to his appointment. Video shows him hurling those products around the salon and directing hate speech at staff and customers. Marriott now faces felony assault and vandalism charges. He was already on parole for making criminal threats in a 2022 hate crime case in San Diego County. Deputies are stepping up their encampment enforcement. This comes after a fire broke out near a known campsite in an unincorporated area of El Cajon. The next day, the sheriff's office cleared the encampment. We spoke with a resident who says while he is sympathetic to people who are homeless, he remembers having to leave his home when a fire, later determined to be arson, got dangerously close in 2021.
When folks want to camp back here, we're all trying to be cool with it, but when they start having fires, we have memories.
The sheriff's office tells us when the encampment was cleared, some people accepted new housing while others who did not take the resources were arrested.
This just in here, the U.S. economy added 143,000 jobs last month. That's according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. The unemployment rate now at 4%. And as the city of San Diego tackles a $250 million budget deficit, organizations that host special events may be paying the price. City leaders are eyeing a proposal to sharply increase fees, including the cost of security. These proposed increases, averaging 20%, would raise an estimated $25 million a year. It would potentially impact not only the cost of getting a fishing license or swimming at a city pool, but also significantly hike the cost for special events, from Pride Parade to Padres games.
These increases disproportionately impact the Padres because we are the only venue in the city of San Diego that hosts over 100 games and events a year.
The city council could vote on this next month. And this morning, the Padres have a control person. MLB owners approved John Seidler, the brother of late team owner Peter Seidler, to run the Padres. He's expected to assume the role within a month. Peter's widow, Sheil, recently filed a lawsuit seeking to become the control person herself. Meantime, Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred says there has been no discussion about the Padres being sold or relocated. Some good news there. One of the greatest San Diego Chargers of all time is headed to the Hall of Fame.
Yes, legendary Chargers tight end Antonio Gates was voted in last night. He holds franchise records with 955 receptions and more than 11,800 receiving yards. No tight end in NFL history has more career receiving touchdowns than his 116. Another San Diego legend, LT LaDainian Tomlinson, was the one to tell Antonio Gates that he was in.
Casey. Oh, that's good.
Hey, man.
Wow.
It's my honor to welcome you to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, class of 2025.
Wow.
I love his reaction. Wow.
That's awesome.
What a great way to do this, too.
Yeah.
The induction ceremony will be held August 2nd.
What a moment.
Seeing them together.
Absolutely.
Wow, how special.
Oh, Gates is fun to watch,
Yeah,
right?
well done.
San Diego native Eric Allen was also selected for enshrinement into the Hall of Fame. The Point Loma product had an incredible career as a star cornerback for the Eagles, Saints, and Raiders from 1988 to 2001. Allen had an impressive 54 interceptions and 9 defensive touchdowns. He was also a 3-time All-Pro selection and a 6-time Pro Bowler. Let's keep the football chat going, shouldn't we? Speaking of football, we're getting you ready for the Super Bowl with a Puppy Bowl. Look at these ferocious contenders. We're going to meet some of these adoptable dogs coming up later this hour. We just ran over there during the commercial.
Yes,
take some pictures. We had to get
They're
some
so
hugs,
tame now.
some snuggles. I think this is halftime.
Yeah.
They call a timeout
Each other
here.
some kisses,
Yeah.
some bites though.
There's a little nibble.
It's
Yeah,
interesting. Some are very relaxed. Some are like tail wagging amped up.
We've had
So it's
5.
Some are mortified.
We've had 5 pooping on the field fouls.
like,
exactly.
already, apparently,
There's
so.
quite an array of emotion out there on the field.
Connie, the grounds crew, it's a tough job.
Yeah.
When you hear the term "they're leaving it all on the field," are they ever?
They certainly are.
They really are.
There's yellow
No,
flags
they're
and
so
yellow
cute.
stuff all over the
Yeah,
place.
exactly. No, I love that half
so
of them
sweet.
are like small dogs that are going to grow into be massive
Right,
dogs.
right.
And then the other ones are likely going to stay small. But I
adorable.
swear, we are underestimating the little ones. I think they're going to come back around pretty soon.
Puppy smell.
I know.
It's so
they're
sweet.
All right, we've got some showers that have popped up early this morning. Last night really is when a lot of that activity started up. Last 48 hours have been a bit unsettled across San Diego County, and the reason why is because a trough of low pressure, and really two separate troughs, are making their way towards San Diego. We saw the first one come through with relatively no strength yesterday. That was our weak storm. And now we've got a stronger storm on the way. When I say stronger, I mean measurable rain. I don't mean anything above a couple tenths of an inch. So things are lighter, unsurprisingly, for San Diego compared to other parts of the state of California. 52% chance for rain today, dropping down to the single digits, meaning we are back to a dry upcoming weekend for Saturday and Sunday. Chance for rain climbs to 72% by Thursday of next week. How much additional rain do we have on the way between now and 10 p.m.? About a tenth of an inch is expected. A couple spots like Fallbrook, Palomar Mountain, Alpine could be coming in with 2/10 of additional rain. Otherwise, though, these are pretty light estimates in total. And when we look at this storm as a whole, it's already passed through Santa Barbara, Oxnard, LA, moving south, meaning they've already gotten their rain, so they don't have much additional rain on the way. The heaviest accumulations that we see are going to be in around the Orange County area, Mission Viejo, because we saw that bulk of green that's still moving south towards us. So we still have the 6 o'clock hour here that is likely to be impacted by those scattered rain showers that will accumulate. Puddles already on the ground, so may need to take kind of those wide steps or take the boots out this morning, along with the jacket with the hood, the umbrella perhaps. Pretty foggy out there from our live look. 59 degrees, winds out of the south at 5 miles per hour, and pressure's still dropping, which means we haven't really seen the brunt of this storm. By the weekend, we'll get a little bit of a warming trend Saturday and Sunday. You see those temperatures take that climb, dropping back down by the beginning of next week. But I'd say even though Saturday and Sunday do show cloudy skies, it's more likely that we'll hold on to mostly cloudy skies with a bit of the sun out there. Let's take a look at how traffic is so far. We've talked about how this has already impacted our roads, and it will continue to do so for the morning commute. So take a look at what the two crashes that we have here are on the screen. First one up to the top, crash on the 76 westbound at Rancho del Oro Road. Second one we talked about each half hour. 2 lanes still closed with a crash on the 5 southbound between La Costa Avenue and Lucadia Boulevard. So that's already causing some delays, even though volume is still quite light out there. Want to take you to another crash that's blocking the right-hand shoulder on the 163 northbound. This is just 3 of about 7 crashes that we have here, and that is high for the morning, which likely means that the wet roads have something to do with these additional crashes. So take it a bit slower on the morning commute. Let's check in on your border wait times. Right now, it is a 45-minute wait at the San Ysidro Port of Entry. Otay Mesa Port of Entry going to take you about 20 minutes. Pretty quick to get across there.